right, we are back with Sunday's Brunch. We are back with a special guest. We got a comedian in the building today,
Ooh,
Just Dust.
talk to me, talk to
Okay,
me.
because I was about to fuck it up again. I was about to be like, Just Us?
It's all good. It's all good.
Just us, the AC popping. So we working in extreme heat right now. I don't know. The AC broke
I
down.
got
Like,
my shirt open for that.
got the curly. Let me see. Is it chest hairs?
Nah, don't
Oh,
talk
he
on
don't
me.
got no
Chill. Don't
chest
talk on me.
hairs.
Chill,
Yeah,
chill. Not yet.
I don't like light skinned men, but yeah, he got good hair too. I definitely don't like light skinned men with good hair. If you light skinned with nappy hair, I could like
Yeah.
rock with you, but you got good hair, so I can't even flirt with you because I'm like, no, you just look like mad, just mixed. Just Dust.
What's up?
Not Just Us. Introduce yourself.
How y'all doing? I'm Just Dust. I'm a stand-up comedian coming out of New Jersey. I've been
Okay.
doing comedy for about 3.5 years now. It's not
Okay.
long enough though. It's
Nah,
not long enough.
I don't believe it has a time. If you're funny, you're funny.
That's true.
Whether you're doing it because there's people who've been like, I've been doing this for 10 years. And I'm like, you have not made me laugh for 10 seconds. So how was it 10 years? So time doesn't beat anything. So you do stand up, you just regular comedy?
Nah, that's a bit. I'm glad you asked that question. I'm a stand-up comedian, so I don't really. I haven't dove into doing skits yet or social media performances like that. If you would, I do strictly stand-up comedy. I
So
go
you're-
on mics and stages.
You're a real comedian.
Yeah, traditional.
Like I'm a fake comedian. I'm like,
I wouldn't call you a fake comedian. Like if you funny, you funny. You right. Like if you can entertain people, that's a form of comedy, absolutely. But there's definitely a different level when you say I'm about to go in front of 150 people and make them laugh.
I hear that. So like, what's the biggest? Now that you say that, what's the biggest crowd that you've done?
Biggest crowd would have been about 200 people.
Ooh.
That was at 2 years ago at a Rutgers comedy show, at a Rutgers college event that they had us perform at.
And was it like a paid event or like?
Nah, it was a competition. It was a competition. First place got like $200, something like that, 250.
I'm guessing it wasn't you because
Nah. That was crazy. That was crazy because you got to know the crowd. It was a college show, but it wasn't adults. So they weren't as nasty as I thought they should have been. They were probably still fucking in the dorm room. They don't realize that it's a big world out here. Like,
So that's the type of comedy you have, like nasty comedy. Like what type of comedy are you into?
everything.
Oh shoot, sorry,
You good.
sorry.
Everything. If it's funny, it's funny. All humor. I wouldn't say all humor is good humor, but humor is humor. I do. To me personally, nothing is off limits. If I could do jokes about my own family members that have passed away, I could do jokes about anybody. Or if I have family members that could be gay or bisexual and they laugh at my jokes about that, then I could be able to do that anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not reality. That's not how everybody's gonna perceive that.
Well, what do you find that people like have the most enjoyment, or like what do you find people laugh at the most?
Stuff that relates to them, honestly. That's definitely like the funniest comedians that I've seen, whether it be at a show or a mic or myself personally. The best jokes are always the ones that are relatable, where it's like, damn, I just went through that shit last week with my mom. Like,
So
those are
like,
the best ones.
is it one of those things like, let's say like you're booked to do a show, right? You get in front of a crowd and you're like, man, this is an all white crowd. Do you change up your material? Like, let me put material maybe that's all for all white crowd or an older crowd or a black crowd. Like, how do you just have your set material and you go in and you're like, yo, this is you getting what I give you.
You get what I give you. I do a lot of off the cuff, so like I'm not gonna sit there and write for 4 hours a set. I'm gonna have a couple topics and I'm gonna go work them out. And if my crowd is like you're saying, if my crowd's black, I know I could get away with saying certain things. If my crowd's white, I know I can't get away with certain things. Age plays a big factor too. If you're performing in front of like 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, they don't want to hear all that motherfucker this, that. They don't want to hear that, So you definitely got to adjust to the crowd. Definitely, that's the biggest thing, controlling the crowd. If you could adjust to the crowd and know what's gonna make them tick and win, lose, you'll be all right.
And so, what is the toughest crowd?
The toughest crowd?
Yeah, like
I don't.
what
For
crowd
myself,
is like, ooh.
comics.
I feel like
Comics.
another comedian said that. I feel like another comedian said the same exact thing, that what you call it, that when they got in front of a room of comics sit there and they critique you. They're like sitting there like, oh, this isn't funny. Oh,
Yeah.
give us more. Give
Yeah.
us more.
I mean, it's a weird game we playing because I'm not at that point yet where where you have certain comedy clubs that are known to get people to where they want to be, like Comedy Cellar. It's like if you work in there, or the Comedy Store, if you're working there and you're doing sets there, like it's only a matter of time before you get to where you want to be. There's only a handful of those comedy places in America that you're gonna be able to do that at. So in terms of like, damn, I just lost my train of thought. What was your question?
The question was, I was asking what's the hardest crowd to,
Oh, comics. Yeah,
when you
because
say
it's
comics.
I'm sorry, because it's a different game now. So maybe 10 years ago, you could be at a comedy store doing jokes and your routines, and the comics in the crowd are gonna tell you fucking suck. Like if your jokes are trash, it's like, yo, that's not it. Now it's like everybody's so fucking sensitive or prideful that you can't even critique them openly. Like, that's what a show should be. If I'm performing in front of a bunch of comics,
Yeah.
I want to hear if my shit sucks. I want to hear one of them say that. Like get the off, like, you know, because that's the
But
game
what if
we
they're
play.
just hating on you?
That's perfectly fine. Hate is just love. They're just extremes of each other. They're
Like-
the same thing. They're the same emotion. They're just opposites of each other. So hate is that comes with it, you know. And that's the thing is like you're not on stage to be there. Like you know what you're here to play. You came to play. You want to hit home runs or you want to bunt. You know, it's. So tell me if I suck. If I'm up there and I suck, tell me because I gotta work harder then so that way I don't suck.
See, I can't. I'm a person like I could be so mean, right? And I'm a person like I'll tell you how it is. But then like if I'm like friends with somebody or something like that and they like really suck, I'm like, oh yeah, you know.
It's no friends. You gotta be honest. I don't want no yes men. I don't want no yes men or yes women around me. If material, and I have friends that my material offends them. Like they're like, bro, like that joke's not funny. And it is funny to certain people, but to them, nah, that's an offensive joke.
So you're the offensive type of comedian. Like do you make like
I could
like
offend
only
people
sex
easily.
jokes,
Nah,
racist
I do
jokes?
everything.
Or
Nah, I do everything. I do everything. But my main goal in it is like I'm open minded. I'm not judging anybody. This is just simply my fucked up opinion on it. You
Yeah,
know, like,
so-
and I know that. You know, I'm not trying to sit there and correct people or tell people that they're right or I'm wrong and all that. It's just this is my outlook on this shit. Am I bugging or are they bugging? You know, like,
Yeah,
and
like
that's the fun in it. You know, but you deal with that a lot. Comics don't really.